Hey guys, Infinite Gamer here, and today I've got another E3 news video for you. So today I'm going to be talking about Star Wars Battlefront 2, specifically, my personal opinions on it, pointing out key parts in the trailer, some new features, and as well just discussing the overall game. As for the gameplay, today is going to be some Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Team Deathmatch gameplay. I apologize if the gameplay gets a bit laggy at some points, so I just wanted to warn you about that. And anyway, let's get into it. So, Star Wars Battlefront. I believe the original game came out about late fall, late October, early November, around that time period. The first game came out around that time period in 2015. And visually and submergedly, it was probably one of the best games I've ever played. The game had fantastic graphics. It looked great on consoles. It looked great on PC. And immersively, it was probably one of the best games I've ever played because it actually made me feel like I was taking part in battles from the Star Wars movie franchise, which brought out the inner 8-year-old in me. So that was pretty good as well. But as for other aspects of it, the gameplay, weapons, microtransactions, DLCs, it wasn't the best game regarding that. And first thing I like to complain about is that how much DLC EA required for this game. I think it had like maybe 4 or 5 expansion packs, which might be a little for EA, but for a casual game like Star Wars Battlefront, it's definitely not a lot. And that's not really good. It's very anti-consumer. And I feel like this new Star Wars Battlefront 2 has improved on it a lot, because they're giving us all of the DLC free, all DLC characters, all DLC maps, all of it is going to be for the price of absolutely nothing. It comes to the game. However, I feel like there's a catch to this, because this is very anti-EA. Electronic Arts is the developer known for just pumping out constant expansion packs and micro DLC and all that stuff. So I feel like there's a catch, probably through a series of heavy microtransactions throughout the game, which might not be the best thing, but if it doesn't affect the game and it's cosmetic only, then I'm fine with that. Another new feature that I think made Star Wars Battlefront weak, that the second one has, is a story campaign. This has probably been the most common complaint from the original Star Wars Battlefront, was there was no story campaign. The new one fixes that entirely, and while in the trailer that we got from EA at E3, it didn't really explain much about the storyline. It gave us like the main character, but that was about it. It mostly focused on the multiplayer aspect of it. But I feel like that the single player campaign is not going to be a traditional Star Wars campaign. I feel like it's going to be more like Rogue One, where it's like characters we've never seen before, kind of a spin-off, not really like traditional type of Star Wars campaign line. But I'm fine with that. That sounds pretty good. And in terms of like gameplay and content, Star Wars Battlefront had not a good amount of content to begin with, and on top of that, EA tried to replace all of that by just doing all these micro DLCs, and that's what I think killed the first one, was the lack of content, and then EA trying to replace it with paid DLC. However, the new one improves on that significantly. As I said, free DLC, free maps, free characters, free star cards, all of those things. But in addition to it, it just has a lot more content in general. The original Star Wars Battlefront mainly focused on the original trilogy, meaning episodes 4, 5, and 6. This time around, the second one will focus on pretty much the entire trilogy. It'll focus on the prequels and the original trilogy, including episode 7, The Force Awakens. And I'm pretty sure it'll include content that goes in between episode 7 and episode 8. But that we've never seen before, so that will be very interesting. It also has a lot more characters for access, especially from heroes to pick up. There's Rey, there's Kylo Ren, there's Darth Maul, there's who else? I'm assuming there's a lot of other Jedi or Sith that I just can't remember. There's probably still going to be the original ones, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia, Emperor Palpatine, Boba Fett, all the original ones from Star Wars Battlefront, but probably a lot of other ones, like I'm assuming we'll have the Rogue One Scarif DLC for free. I don't know what's going to happen with that, because that was a paid expansion pack in the last one. But I'm assuming we'll have it for free, so that means we'll probably have access to Jyn Erso, Director Krennic, K2, all those other main characters from Rogue One. And I also like to point out some trivia parts in the trailer, just some parts that I like. First of all, it began with the assault on Theed, which is like the capture of the Naboo Palace, which all the way back occurred in episode 1. And my favorite part during that was when the stormtroopers thought that the section was all clear, and then you got Darth Maul just throwing his lightsaber around all crazy, and they're just screaming, "Not clear, not clear." That part was very well done. I also like the part in the beginning how they showed the transformation of stormtroopers. So like the newer stormtroopers from The Force Awakens and the stormtroopers from the original trilogy, and then the best type of troopers, which were the clone troopers. Of note, we also got a few shots in the trailer of specifically the main character from the story franchise. We don't know if it's the main character yet. We haven't gotten an official reveal, and I don't think we will until the game comes out. But I'm just speculating right now. Also, a pivotal new feature in Star Wars Battlefront 2 is the part of the fact that there will be no more hero or vehicle pickups. This was very an RNG influenced feature in the first game, how there would be just random coins on the map where you pick up one to get an X-Wing, you could pick up one to get a certain hero, like, and in about 3 weeks into the game, everyone figured out where all the hero pickups were, everyone figured out where Darth Vader was, everyone figured out where Luke Skywalker was, and everyone just raced and tried to fight over who got the hero pickup. But in this game, it's an entirely different story, because in the second Battlefront, there's going to be what is called battle points, which you build up by just earning the game, kind of like crypto keys from Black Ops 3 or Renown from Rainbow Six Siege. And you can use those battle points to unlock certain heroes and vehicles to be used in battle. So let's say, I've actually seen some gameplay from EA Play that's like very alphabet gameplay. They said that it would take 5,000 battle points to, say, unlock Darth Maul, and while that is subject to change, I probably think it's a good amount. However, I haven't played the game at EA Play, so I don't know what's the, like, exchange rate for the battle points, like, how many you earn per match. Is it based on statistics? Is it based on victory or defeat? So we'll have to figure that out. And now comes to the part of the video where I'm just going to give you guys my personal opinions on Star Wars Battlefront 2, whether I'm going to buy it, will there be gameplay on the channel, so things like that. So Star Wars Battlefront 2. So I'm actually very excited that once I heard that there was a confirmed sequel for this, I got super excited. Because while the first one was enjoyable for me, I didn't think that it was the greatest game ever. Graphics were fantastic. The weapons were overall pretty good. The gameplay was very good. Didn't like how they had too much paid DLC. Did not like the idea of no story campaign. So I had very mixed feelings about the first one. And it seems like the second one is improving on pretty much every single one of these complaints that I have in a very good and right direction type of way. So I say people are complaining about micro DLC, paid DLC. EA says, you know what, we'll give them free. And this is very anti-Electronic Arts to just fix things that came with an unfinished game like this. And I'm very skeptical about this, so that I'll have to get my hands onto the game before I can come up with a conclusion for this, because I pretty much know that there's going to be a catch with some sort of microtransaction to make up for us or every single person getting the free DLC by just buying the $60 game. And I also think that they answered our prayers a lot by saying, you know what, we'll give you the free DLC and we'll give you lots more content, because I'm very confused about this, because in Star Wars Battlefront, we had the original trilogy, we had, like, default heroes, and then that's pretty much it. If you wanted to expand upon it, like, I think it was, like, a few extra maps and a few extra heroes, maybe some extra weapons, you'd had to buy the expansion packs or just buy the giant season pass. But my confusion is that this new Star Wars Battlefront is going to have characters, maps, battles, gameplay, weapons from all throughout the entire movie trilogy, and that's all 7 or I'm just going to say 8 episodes because I'm going to count Rogue One, so that's all 8 episodes. They're probably going to add a free DLC for when episode 8 comes out, because I believe this game will come out in November of 2017, and then only like about a month later, that's when Star Wars The Last Jedi will come out. So I believe they'll be adding a DLC for that, which we will hopefully be getting for free, but that's a discussion for another time. I also think that probably my favorite part about this new Star Wars Battlefront 2 will be the story campaign. I'm very excited for it. We don't know much about it yet, but I'm still very excited for it nonetheless, because it doesn't seem traditionally Star Wars. It just seems like a type of spin-off Star Wars story, kind of like Rogue One, where, you know, it's not as much like lightsaber fights and stuff. It's more about, like, one main character that's, like, previously unknown, kind of an underdog sort of thing. So I like that type of story. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. If you guys liked the video, please be sure to drop a like on it. And I'm definitely going to have more E3 news upcoming in the next few days. And as always, guys, I'm Infinite Gamer, signing out. Peace.